of their circumstance. And we know sometimes, yes, there are warning signs. Sometimes there are red flags. But guess what? Sometimes there are not. And we stood together too often. A few months ago, a mother and her 6-year-old were fatally stabbed in their apartment. And we had to go to focus on intimate partner abuse and elder abuse because we have to protect our elders as well. This is something that we do all year round. We don't just wear purple during... Love you, Arianna. Love you. Love you. Let her light shine. Let her officers coming up together.
Coming down in the car. Getting back up. Thank you.
Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
Tonight, as you see, we stand side by side with NYPD because what we know on this day and every day, that we cannot separate who we are. And let's reimagine how we want to do this together. That was my sister, and I didn't know her because her life is not here anymore. I almost died 15 years ago. I am a survivor of domestic violence. I created this organization, WARM, We Already Matter, to expose domestic violence of what it is. It's a crime.
You know, many folks wouldn't think that a police officer would be a victim of domestic violence. When we got a 911 call the other day, you never thought that it would be one of your own. This is a police officer who recently saved lives and was called an angel. It's a police officer who squared her shoulders every day, got on that subway, one of our toughest working environment, put her back to that train door to make sure you were all safe. But who knew that the last time you saw her would be the last time for all of us? So I ask the community, as we're here today speaking out against domestic violence and saying we're part of the community and that domestic violence affects us, we're also going to light some candles. And we're going to bow our head. We started with a prayer. We ask you at home if you can do that with and for us too. Do it for our hero that we lost. Do it for the other folks here that might be dealing with the same thing and stand in this crowd in silence. Pray to give them the strength to ask for the help that they need. We ask you to pray for the strength that these police officers, when this vigil is over, will get back on the train and make sure you're safe. So we ask you to pray for their safety as well. And we ask you this, to pray to give them the strength that when roll call is over and they take their post and they realize the spot to their right is now empty, when this name is called, you won't hear present for duty.
To God. Thank you. Thank you, Jackie, so much. Thank you, community. Thank you, community. I'd like to call up right now our Commissioner Stewart. He's going to come up and say a couple words.
Serve her community was to protect her community that she was not protected. And this is such a, like, we are just meeting every time, and a time to the family. My prayers go to the family, because I mean, that's not something that any mother, any family, any son, any daughter wants.
Para mí esta ha sido una situación muy difícil. Ella era mi hermana menor. Y
to
She said that her sister was a very humble woman, that she loved her very much, that she did not deserve to die in that manner. Because her heart was so big and she was a giver, she believed that her sister believed nothing but the best for her. This is a shock for the family. This is a shock for the community. They are burying down to be strong. She said that her sister was a strong woman. She looked up to her. It is difficult for a family in this time to take a look into ourselves, because she says that during COVID was a motivation, that if you lived through COVID, then your intentions and your motivation for life should have changed.
Solidarity, as we stand with the family, as we stand with NYPD, as we stand with our men in blue, as we stand with our communities, we light this light in remembrance
That's right.
of our sister.
Yes.
Yes. May you never, ever be forgotten. Say her name.
Arianna!
Say her name.
Arianna!
Say her name.
Arianna!
Say her name.
Arianna!
We love you, Arianna.
We
Rest
love
in
you.
peace. Rest in peace.